Hello, my name is Kelly Smith, and I'm an Emerald Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. And today I'm going to answer the question, is Plexus expensive? Is Plexus expensive? My initial response is yes, it is expensive. And the reason that I say yes, it is expensive is because most of us have been conditioned to feel and believe that taking care of our inside is not a necessity, that it is a luxury. And so initially, the cost of Plexus, people say it's too expensive. And that is a really wrong way to think, because if we do not take care of our inside, we will not have longevity and quality of life. That's just plain and simple. We have one body, we have one life to live it in, and if we don't take care of it, we will be miserable and unhealthy. Period. Full stop. End of story. So we have got to change our mindset. It is not expensive to help your body function at its peak. It is not expensive to feel better. It is not expensive to have a better quality of life. So initially I say yes, it is. And that is because we have been conditioned to feel like we can take care of our outside. We can spend money that some people think is crazy on our outside, and that is a necessity. That's not a luxury to many of us, but it is a luxury to purchase products like Plexus that are taking care of our insides. And that is really a shame. If you think about it, people go and spend $100, $150 a month to do their hair. They spend $50 a month at a tanning salon. They spend $75 a month on their nails and their toes. They spend $100 on a weekend to go play golf. We drop a lot of money for things that we think initially are a necessity, and they may not really be a necessity. I used to get up in the mornings, and I used to go to high school to drop my girls off, and middle school. So what I would do is I would drop 2 off at the high school, drop 2 off at the middle school, come home, and go to Dunkin' Donut. I would drop $4 every single morning on a large coffee and a croissant or a donut or a bagel or whatever, not thinking that $4 was all that much money. But I did that 5 days a week. So 5 days a week at $4 is $20 a week and $80 a month. $80 a month at Dunkin' Donut, and it's probably more than that. Then I would pick the girls up from school, and we would have to go to cheerleading or track or soccer or whatever their activities were, and we didn't have enough time to go home, cook dinner, change, and get ready. So we would go to McDonald's or whatever, get dollar meals thinking we were on a budget, and still spend at least $10 twice a week. So that's another $20 a week times 4 weeks is $80. That is $160 that my family was spending at McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts in a 30-day period. That is crazy. It didn't seem crazy to me when I was doing it. It didn't seem crazy at all. It didn't seem like dropping $4 was that big of a deal, or dropping $10 was that big of a deal. But adding it up at the end of the month to see that I was spending $160 a month on crap that was actually bad for me and making me unhealthy and making me sick, I didn't think a thing about it until I saw the budget at the end of the month. So when people ask you, is Plexus expensive? Or they say to you, I would love to use Plexus, but it's too expensive, you need to remind them of this. You have one body. We have one body, and we have to take care of it. We, over time of our lives, we eat processed foods. We take antibiotics. We have environmental toxins, and we don't take care of our bodies the way we should. So our guts get unhealthy. Our blood sugar gets out of whack. Our body's pH is unbalanced. There's a lot of things that dieting and exercise alone sometimes don't fix. Not that dieting and exercise isn't the way to go, because it is. Because we need good diet. We need to exercise to be healthy. But sometimes some people need help. They need assistance. They need a supplement that's going to help their bodies get back into peak performance and doing what it's supposed to do naturally. And that is what Plexus products do. So if you think about it, I use minimum of 5 Plexus products a month, and I can tell you now I spend less money on my Plexus products than I did at McDonald's and Dunkin' Donut. And that is the truth. That is eye-opening. I didn't think I could afford Plexus. I kept making excuses and saying, oh, I can't afford it, it's too expensive. But I also went and got my hair done every month. I also went and got my toes done every month. I was also going to Dunkin' Donuts and McDonald's and ordering pizza a few times a month and going out and spending more money on things that were making my body sick. I was feeding my autoimmune. I was feeding feeling exhausted. I was feeding the leg cramps. I was feeding the poor health. I was making myself even sicker and not knowing it. I needed to get my gut healthy. I needed to clear up the bacteria and the yeast. I needed to regulate my blood sugar, lower my cholesterol and my blood pressure. And I attained and achieved all of that with the Plexus products, doing it for less money than I was spending eating like crap. So if someone says to you that it's too expensive, I challenge you to challenge them to take their bank account, get their bank statement just for 30 days. They don't have to show you, but have them highlight every single fast food restaurant, every single Starbucks, Dunkin' Donut, anything that they've consumed in their diet that wasn't necessary, and see and ask them then if they can maybe, play around with their budget and find a way to make their health a priority. I promise you, if you do and they do, they will feel a lot better. They will have better quality of life. They will be able to live longer and healthier and more satisfied.